Please stand by.
I've been receiving strange reports of
Now has mounted a full counterattack.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. Primary objective achieved. Welcome back, Commander.
Good evening, folks. Welcome along to a special event this Saturday. We are here for Syria Invasion 1985. This is a 20... let me get the number in front of me. I just lost my screen. 28-person versus 22-person PVP event being put on by Eclipse Task Force. It's following on from the style of mission that 64th put on back in June in Persian Gulf 1992. Which was around the opening days of the Persian Gulf War, of Desert Storm. So we have a decent amount to talk through and not a lot of time, so I figured we'd get going in describing what the hell is about to happen. So we have, as we say, 28 people on blue, 22 people on red, and 2.5 hours of an event ahead of us. So I think the easiest way to step through this is have a quick scan through the ED forum post, describe what each side are going to be doing, what we're going to be seeing, what restrictions and rules are in place, and then jump to the action. So, as I say, we've got 28 people on red, and that composition will be made up of 4 Harriers, 2 Mirages, 8 Hornets, 10 Vipers, 2 F-14 Alpha Tomcats, and 2 F-15 Charlie Eagles. The red side is made up of 4 MiG-29A Fulcrums, 4 F-14 Alpha Tomcats, 2 F-5E Tiger IIs, 2 MiG-19 Papa Farmers, and 10 MiG-21 Fishbeds. We do have weapon restrictions in place because this is set, tentatively at 1985, or titularly I should say. So we have no GPS weapons allowed, there are no nukes, no APKWS, no targeting pods, no M9Xs, no M120s of any kind, no M54 Charlie Phoenixes, no M54 Alpha Mark 60 Phoenixes, no SLAM missiles, no M7 Mike Hotels, no R-73s, no R-27 Tangos, no R-27 ETs, no R-27 EORs, and no TALs. That's a lot of things that are out. But the long and short of that is that the modern stuff isn't there, so you're not getting any guided munitions. Anything that's going to be fired air to ground will either be the likes of a HARM or iron bombs. Anything fired air to air will be a kind of a less advanced heater or a semi-active missile, with the exception of the M54 Alpha Mark 47. Yeah, just adjusting some volumes there. So let's just step through then these specific, if I could speak, it would be marvellous. Airframes have some limitations on them. I'm just going to step through this quickly again. The F-15 can carry 4 M9s, 4 Sparrows. The Blue Tomcats can carry 2 Mark 47 Alpha Phoenixes, 3 M7 Sparrows. So these are, I think, maximum numbers of weapons. And then the Hornets can carry only 2 Sparrows and a maximum of 4 M9 Sidewinders. On the red side then, the MiG-29 can carry 1 fuel tank, 4 R-60 mics. I'm not sure if I just said fish better now, it's the Fulcrum MiG-29. 2 R-27 oars, and then the red Tomcats, no bags, but can carry 2 Phoenixes, 3 Sparrows, and 2 M9 Limas. So as we mentioned a little while ago, we have a 2.5 hour time limit for the mission. The mission should be starting in a couple of minutes' time. I'm just going to keep an eye on chat while we're running through this to make sure we don't miss the startup. It will take a little while to get everybody together anyway, everybody's just loading in the background. So, scoring is quite similar to what was done at the 64th's Persian Gulf 92 mission. So, the blue side have objectives to destroy. We'll step through those again now in a moment. The red side then basically have to defend against the blue side doing that. So the blue side will get plus 10 points for objectives 1 or 2, plus 15 points for objectives 3 to 5, 1 point for every red loss that occurs, 2 points if that loss is a team kill, and 3 points for each red airspace incursions, every time they get into the red airspace. The red side, meanwhile, will get 10 points at the end of the mission if objectives 1 and 2 are defended, 15 points for objectives 3 to 5, same rules then again of 1 point for every blue aircraft loss, 2 points if it's a team kill, and 3 points if they're managing into blue airspace. We're not really expecting that to happen. So both sides have some GCIs. There was a limit of 3. I don't think we have 3 per side. I think it's 2 on one side, 1 on the other. We'll find that out in a second. One of the key pieces here, which again we'll just talk about in more detail in a moment, is that there is neutral territory. So the blue side... I'm just going to skip over the airframes for a moment. We've already talked about those. Basically, the blue side are coming out of Cyprus, and they're going into Syria. So let's have a quick look at that map. Here. So, neutral territory being Turkey, Lebanon, or Israel. That is, you're not allowed to overfly that. So that means the blue air have to go east out of Cyprus and take on the red air head on. So they can't flank around, they can't do anything too kind of sneaky. They just have to go at it. So that means we're going to have a really focused fight here, which should make for some fun engagements. So, the objectives, there are 5 of them. The first objective is to disable the Bashar al-Assad airbase with at least 2 craters. I believe that's going to need to be on the runway. Then objective 2 is there are some chemical plants beside Bashar al-Assad. So this is the airfield here, you can see it in red, chemical plants with the factory chimneys. I'm not sure which direction that is facing offhand. If that runway is roughly south, then that would be over to the east, so the east of Bashar al-Assad. Hama airfield has some Scud launchers. So here's Hama, there's a group of Scuds here. And the Hama missile factories. Again, this is close to the airfield of Hama. So we can see these 4 buildings again. So 3 of those, I believe, need to be destroyed. And if you look on the right-hand side of the screenshot, that is Hama Airfield. And there are the Scuds we just saw. So they're pretty close together. And finally, there's a Syrian IADS, Integrated Air Defense System, Command Center. I don't know exactly where this is. There are coordinates. We will see as the mission unfolds live on the map and take it from there. But yeah, we'll see a big radio tower. That needs to die. So that's the long and short. We've got a good representation here from across the community. I see the Alamo Squadron, the 2nd Fighter Legion, TAW, ETF themselves, Eclipse Task Force, VTAF, Cobra, looking else, Reapers, a few other people, DW, 64th are there, a number of the usuals from the blue flag scene. I'm not 100% if any of these guys are in squadrons or not, so that's why I'm glossing over that. So yeah, good representation here. So we've got 2 GCIs on red, 1 GCI on blue, and no data link, so there's no link 16 whatsoever. The Tomcats will have link 4, but that's the only thing I think that will get data link. Obviously there are no fulcrums, sorry, no flankers, and the fulcrums don't have a data link, so just the Tomcats with their link 4. That in a nutshell is the briefing. We have, as I say, a lot of stuff on the go here, so bear with me as I try to get my cameras in position. Catching up on chat, Maximus Lazarus, 2 Steps from Hell Invincible for those wondering. Yep, that is the intro music, well shouted. Roundabout good evening, looks around to determine if bombs are being thrown. Not yet, but shortly. Good evening, Rum Runner, nice to see you here. ETF Breeze, this is going to be fun to watch. Hope so, it'll be fun to commentate on. Roundabout is certainly keeping an eye on me. Alrighty, give me a moment. We have the first aircraft just departing on the red side, so we're just going to cut into that now in one moment. Hilariously, Yink has just gone down to an indicated airspeed of 3 knots, so there is probably something going on there. I see that Cookie has given mission as a go, so Yink is disconnected. We're off to a great start here, and here is one of the fish beds that just launched. That coming out of, if we can find this very quickly, Tabqa. So there are 3 red airfields. There's Tabqa up here in the northeast of where we're operating. There is Palmyra down in the southeast. And there is this one here, Abu al-Duhur, which I'm definitely getting wrong, but we're going to have a quick look at some Tigers here before we shift along. So re-utilising some TACT technology. We've got multicam going on here, so we're going to have a quick look on the left-hand side at RAF Akrotiri. I have no idea what the correct pronunciation of that is, but it's an airfield there in Cyprus. And then we've got Kingsfield over here with a bunch of Harriers, currently just 2 of them slotted. Wizard and somebody whose name I just missed. But there's a whole lot more interesting stuff going on here than the 2 Harriers, so let's get a camera in position and have a little watch here. So what have we got on the ramp? We've got 4 Tigers. There is Sniper 1-2 Marco, 64th Jumper, Mr. Tricker is here, and Sniper 1-1 Wolf of JTFF. Let's have a quick scan to see what else is going on. As you can see on the map here on the right hand side of the screen, there is a whole shitload of air defense on the Syrian coast. Now, from the initial briefing we've seen, I think there are a couple of SA-10s in the back, but it's mostly lower level things. So let's have a quick look at this full screen for Mo. So we've got a bunch of Shilkas on the coast, we've got SA-8s, SA-9s, I think there's some SA-13s dotted about. There's limited numbers of Tunguskas, and I think from what Cookie was describing it as, the Tunguskas are trying to model the mid-80s model, which had 4 missiles, but they're basically the 8 missile one, and accounting for 1 reload, and then they won't rearm again. So it's limited. So bunches of SA-9s, SA-19s, not a hugely impressive defense in the sense of these are all short-range SAMs, so this shouldn't be massive overkill in the sense of, you know, you don't have SA-11s overlapping SA-6s overlapping SA-10s. Now, as I think we just mentioned, there should be an SA-10 somewhere in the back, possibly this area. There we go, there's an SA-10. So if we turn on our threat rings, lots and lots of them, so I think we've possibly another one here. There's an SA-11 here, but that's when you're really starting to get deep. Our airfields we were interested in again, I think it was Bas al-Assad and Hama were the first 2 from memory. We got some blue departures here from Cyprus. Looks like we've got a couple of fulcrums lining up here as well on the red side, so we'll follow these out. Mirage rolling at Akrotiri. It would be lovely if I'd actually heard someone pronounce that before starting the stream, but hey, oh, we are where we are. So who have we got in the fulcrums? We've got Vati and Tentacle, aka Tolove. Down the other end we got 2 fish beds, Ross Pups and Baron von Mayakin. So again, people who will have watched the last one of these, which was the Persian Gulf 92, will be familiar with a lot of these names, and indeed from the DCS community in general. So we still have a bunch of Vipers here at Akrotiri. The Eagles have departed. That is Dun Dun and Prez, both of the Alamo Squadron. Let's have a quick hop on board with them. As we said in the briefing, there are only 4 Sparrows and 4 Sidewinders with these birds, no AMRAAMs of any kind. Now, fish beds are still parked here. I'm not sure whether they're just delaying departure or are they waiting to be scrambled. That's probable in my mind. I'd say they're waiting for the GCIs to get everything together. Those initial departures we saw out of Tabqa are all now kind of in a staggered, what, about 21 miles apart. We've got a bunch of F5s rolling. Let's jump on board with Mr. Tricker. Tricker, of course, is no stranger to the F5. Frequently caught flying it on the Cold War server. So I'll be expecting, you know, solid things from Mr. Tricker this evening. That is a pretty cool livery. It's Iranian. The other thing I quite like about this split screen we can see at the moment is how, when I jumped in first, Cyprus was more or less just coming out of the darkness, while dawn had firmly hit on the east. So we're seeing the difference in lighting here between east and west across the terrain, which is pretty cool. Alright, so the 2 Tigers are looking to take a spread. Our lead elements of the Red Defence Force are 55 miles from the coast. If we have a look on the left, we've got Prez coming up to join Dun Dun on the wing. Let me know, please, folks, how the audio balance is. If the music needs to go down, go up, go away. We'll try to keep it there just for cut out some of the other background noise, but if it is too loud or quiet, please let me know. There is something else coming in behind here. Probably a Harrier, or a Mirage, I think. Looks like a Mirage. Okay, so the lead element of Blue are airborne. They are a good 130 miles from the Syrian coast. We've got a single Harrier departed from the other airfield. Let's have a look at what he's got on board. Looks like a lot of bombs here. I think that is 6 Mark 82s, and I'm guessing then are 4 Mark 83s. And of course 2 Sidewinders. Thank you also to some of the follows that came in the last few minutes. Bap Bap Quadruple 7 followed while before we actually went live on the stream, so thank you for that, if you're indeed still here. Dark Rider, thank you for the follow, and Midnight Hawk 32, thank you very much. You're all very welcome along. Alright, so these opening few minutes, we're just going to go for some of these gratuitous external shots. While we're looking at Hama here on the right hand side of the split screen, you can see the Scud farm that we were talking about earlier from the briefing. It's just there off the Hama runway. And indeed, just further east, just over a mile east, are the 4, I think they were called missile factories. So 3 of those need to die. Lucky number 11, good evening. Loving the Stellaris soundtrack, by the way. Well, thank you. I quite like it myself. So here at Basel al-Assad, I think objective 1 was to crater the runways, and we've got these 2 workshops over here, which I think are the buildings. I can't remember what they were called. Was it a command center? chemical plant by Bashar al-Assad. I'm trying to have a quick look here, it's just with the coordinates. 3515, 3635. I think this here, this TV tower and these two electric power boxes, that is our Integrated Air Defense System Command Center. So that is one of the objectives as well. That's a good 33 miles due east of the coast there, just north of the town of Baniyas. Looks like the first fish bed now has gotten to the coast. And we'll have a quick look at the blue side, see how they're doing. Wizard in the Harrier has turned around and probably got told by GCI, you're a good 27 miles ahead of the Eagles. What you doing? Turn around. So yeah, they will send in the Eagles first. 2 Mirages are going to go with. Let's hop on board the Mirage. This is Soviet Union planes flying this. I don't believe that's someone I have seen before. And then we've got Shitpost 11 Mastro in the back. Beautiful sunrise there going over. Oh, we've got Zachrix's landing on the right hand side of the screen. I'm not entirely sure where landing. That's Bashar al-Assad. That's Savior, says Breeze. Ah, okay. What a call sign. Yes. Oh, first landing and first bounce of the evening. Oh, that looks like a little dodgy. But is down. I'm entirely sure what the rules are as regard forward rearming. I think they're allowed to do this on the red side. Certainly recovering back to home plate, I think, is the name of the game later. Okay, let's come out of split screen for a moment. We're just going to have a quick look at the F10 map and see what's going on in the wider scale of things. So we have, again, missed these departures, unfortunately. I was too busy looking at the nice scenery. Maybe we can catch. This is the Stennis, this is not the supercarrier. So we'll catch a departure here. Oh, keep it down, that picture in picture. Again, we have the technology. So we have a couple of Hornets up. Tall Luminary, Tall Impaler, and a 25-mile spread here. These folks coming in 36,000. Let's jump on board and see what they're carrying. This is a cap loadout. So there are 4 M9s on board and 2 Sparrows. Now, if we have a look at Impaler, this is a strike loadout. So again, there are 2 Sparrows on the cheek mounts and 4 Harms. Up at 36,000 feet. Now, with the amount of SAMs here, it would probably be a good idea to get as many Harms in as you could imagine, or as you could muster early. So we have 2 fish beds approaching Bashar al-Assad. Glyfted. I had to do a double take on that. Is descending downwards here. Again, might be going in to get a quick refuel, rearm at Bashar al-Assad. Yink apparently has reconnected. Is up in the stratosphere, 44,000 feet and climbing. What else is going on? We've got some Tigers. Have they formed up? Is there a pretty flight? So that'll be Sniper 1-1, Sniper 1-2 of JTFF. 64th Rage is up in a Tomcat. We've got a couple more Tomcats here. PP Calpe and Adler Blow. Blow? Blow. Let's go Blow. We split screening out for a second. We're just going to have a look at this Hornet that just took off from the Stennis. That looks to me like... I was going to say Mark 82s. They look like Mark 83s. So 4 Mark 83s. No air-to-air weaponry. There's nothing on the cheek mounts. And just the 2 sidewinders. So that is ETF Backbreaker. And if we split again, we've got ETF Dormouse in an American Tomcat with 2 Phoenixes. Those are going to be the Alpha Mark 47s. 3 Sparrows, 2 M9 mics. Yes, I'm assuming that was the mic. I'm going to double check that weapon restriction. I think it was just the red Tomcat that had the Lima restriction. Yeah, it doesn't say there's any restriction on the blue Tomcats that I can see, so I'm imagining those are 9 mics.
Incoming transmission.
Now, what's disappointing here is that I do have the Iranian liveries loaded, and these 2 should have been in the Asia Minor desert camo Iranian livery, but instead they're showing as what are these? Jolly Rogers. So the visual ID here could be difficult. Let's have a quick look at F10 again in full. Alatricio, thank you for the follow. Welcome along. So the first elements of blue are beginning to approach, and I say that as they're still 55 miles out. But we've got the 2 Alamo Eagles taking a spread north-south with the 2 Mirages. So they're 18 miles apart. Eagles are 22,000, Mirages are 39 and 40, so they're going up to be UFOs. The tow flight of Hornets are 17 miles behind. Again, the harm flight up at 41. The cap flight with Lumery 38. Wizard has gone hot again now, so now the cavalry have arrived. 29,000 feet. There was another Harrier down here that hasn't taken off. ETF Electrobull. Again, carrying lots of big bombs. Don't forget those wheel chocks. Still on deck, sadly. And then have a quick look through the Vipers we've got. So they are finally airborne. 4 M9s, 2 Harms on board with Cobra 101 green dot speed. Behind there is VTAF Grasshopper, coming in with a cap loadout. That's 6 M9s. Cookie did confirm in the pre-event brief that there was no limitations on the Vipers in this regard. This is perfectly legit. And they can't carry any M7s, of course, so you know, it's just going to be an in-close fighter. Could be fun. Now if we just jump back through again here, have a look at the other Vipers that are still on deck. There's an interesting spacing going on here. So this is just some dumb bombs and M9s on that Viper. Looks to be the same thing on the other, so we're on board there with ETF Patat Urlog. And somebody to the wing, which is ETF Arthas. And I think that will be everybody more or less on the way then. So there is Ravier in a Hornet. As we saw earlier, coming in with the seed loadout. Fraggle. A combination. Mixed roll, backbreaker. Just nice and light with some bombs. So the initial engagement, if we're going to have one here, will probably be between the F-15s of Alamo Flight and Mugen in the fish bed. I'm just going to zoom in here to see who's landed. Yink and Zachrix are probably on an alert posture here, ready to scramble. So they might get a jump. This could be interesting to see how it develops. We got Glyfted here as well, floating about. Let me turn this over to satellite view to help everybody's eyes in contrast. So those two flights, as we say, this is Mugen on the right-hand side, in a very nice looking, I think that's a, I was going to say an Iraqi livery. Is it Syrian? I'm not entirely sure. Somebody in stream chat will correct me there. I'm going to guess that's actually Syrian. Just not entirely sure of the stars on the Randalls. So right-hand turn from Mugen, so this is heading is now 310, so it's heading towards Bas al-Assad. If we jump over this way, let's have a quick look at F10. We indeed have a scramble from Bas al-Assad. The fish beds of Yink and Zachrix are now pressing on the Alamo Flight. 20 miles, 250. And the Alamo Flight are still in tight formation, 25,000 feet. We can see them on the picture-in-picture view here. And fish beds, fulcrums, are 33 miles out from Syrian flag on the tail, says Lockie, thank you. Okay, so the fulcrums will be getting involved in the fight too. Glyfted will be getting involved, 25 miles. So our first engagement is going to be between Alamo and the Eagles and the flight of Zachrix and Yink in the fish beds, who are progressing low. Eagles are descending. There's a Fox from Dundon. Quick look, this is tracking on Yink, I believe. Now it's unlikely this is going to hit, I think it's just going straight into the water. M9 out. First kill, Zachrix dies. I believe was from Dundon. Prez is coming in now to back up here. There's 3 fish beds being chased. I think we're going to see a Fox from Yink here in a second, as Prez goes past the wreckage from that first kill. Now we're padlocked from Prez here on the left side of the screen, down to where Yink is. Classic Sparrow, says Lockie. Yep. They're shite. And let's padlock from Yink. We can see just up here where the cursor is, if you folks can see that. That is the little pixel of Prez. I'm going to have a quick sneaky look at F10 here to see if we're not missing anything else, while Yink is just chasing. That distance is only about 2.5 miles. Yink is 670 Kaz, Prez is slower, 530, so Yink has got closure here. And I think we are going to see Prez die in a moment. There's the Fox. And a splash! The beauty of split screen. There's the ejection. I'll jump quickly to F10, make sure we're not going to miss anything else. Yink is pressing on Dun Dun. There's a Fox out from Dun Dun on Yink. Classic Sparrow. Misses! Yink with a second kill on Dun Dun. Both Eagles are down. Once again, we've got Yink representing the fish beds. So both Eagles have died. Mirages are down in the south, turning up 22 miles to press on the fulcrums. Impaler, tall Impaler. I'm entirely sure what's going on there. Impaler is 40,000 feet with harms. This could get dicey. Vati in the fulcrum is only 8 miles out. The Mirages are 12 miles pressing up, but I think Impaler's in trouble. Vati is taking a turn away now, while Glyfted is chasing Wizard. Poor Wizard hasn't gotten anywhere in to make any inroads yet. We've got a Fox out. This is Savior, I believe it was called out as. It's a 530. It is tracking. And a splash. I'm not sure who that actually hit. Was it Glyfted? No, Glyfted's over here. So we're missing one. Let's see what the kill says as soon as we see it. So Tolove is running now. Soviet Union claims is 5 miles, but pressing on Yink. Fox out. Camera work fails me. Pressed everything but the right button. It was Mugen in the fish bed who died to the 530, so we lost Mugen. Fox out from Savior. And a splash. Yink is down. So unfortunately for Yink, cannot get another kill here. So the Mirages are doing good work. That's 2 kills for Savior. While they're drawing SAMs now. I think there's an SA-2 battery in the back that might be opening up there. Just want to quickly go here because that is the SA-2 just exploding behind, so almost got back in there. But enough speed on the Mirage to outrun it. I'm not sure who this is tracking, but I think it's going after the fish. So more SA-2s being fired. I'm pretty sure it was an SA-2 at least, I just can't see where the battery is. Somewhere at the back, here it is, SA-2s. Rage in the Tomcat is flying over Bashar al-Assad now. Fulcrums are regrouping, 64th Vati and Tolove. Our Tentacle. I imagine that is the preferred designation here. I'm just going to quickly go into the map view just to show you folks the neutral territory. You can't go into Lebanon, so this is the border just to the south where Tricker is. Similarly, you can't go into Turkey, so the north. It's just where this line of red units is. So pretty much that front there. It's only 62 miles north to south, give or take. Might be about 70 miles. But either way, it's a pretty narrow front, and the Blue Force have to go in that door. They can't go into neutral territory, according to the mission rules. So, Saviour will have no 530s left. Let's just double check that. It's probably going to be RTB now. Also has lost a magic. Mastro, meanwhile, has fired one 530. And Rage in the Tomcat is going to give chase, so that's only about 16 miles away, and looks to be sorting on Mastro. Let's have a look on board with Rage, and following Mastro is in a left-hand turn descending. Remember, Rage has 2 Phoenixes, 3 Sparrows on board. It's not a huge amount. Mastro has turned hot. Mastro is looking, and Vati. Mastro's now turning up towards Rage. Saviour's recommitting. This is going to get spicy. So somewhere off to the left here, I think we will probably see a Fox from Mastro momentarily. There's the padlock view. I don't think Rage knows that he's here. Phoenix out. That is not tracking the Mirage, I don't think. No, we can see it on the left screen. Tomcat's gonna die. Tomcat down. Good kill for Mastro. Now that Phoenix is going to be a problem, so let's have a quick look at where that's going. I think it's going after Saviour. But it's going for the fishes. And it's gone. Jumping back into F10 again, everything is starting to happen as these things do, lots of quiet, and then it all happens at once. So we've got 2 Fulcrums coming in, the 2 Mirages. They're going to be low on ordnance, so we're down to 1 heater on board with Saviour here. But that won't stop Saviour. Saviour is going to go in and press anyway. That's the Tomcat still flopping around there. I think is pressing on... I picked the wrong Fulcrum. Right, another kill for Saviour. It's a 530 on a Fulcrum. Just missing the name, it'll come up in a second. Aspect here, this is going in for guns. This is a multi-life event. You don't have just 1 life, so you can die. But if you don't bring your aircraft home, you will lose a point for your team. So I think Saviour is trying to go for guns there, but it looks like the Fulcrum is outrunning. 670 knots on the Fulcrum, 630 on the Mirage. Let's go F10 quickly, have another look at what the hell is going on. More Tomcats are coming in, so I think that's going to be Saviour outbound. So we're just going to get waves here, folks. The Mirages, I think, will probably recover now. The 2 Hornets are loitering around. It's what, about 15 miles west. Impaler is at 7,000 feet descending. Luminary is at 14,000. Remember, they were up nearly 40,000 at one point. I've not seen harms on my scope, but I've been following fights, so I can't swear that they haven't magnumed, but I don't think so. And the Tomcats are just coming back to defend the coast, and meanwhile we've got Tricker and Jumper down at Chirps 4, loitering. Down in the beautiful scenery. So I'm just going to picture the F10 view for a moment, just to show you that there's really nothing happening imminently. Impaler is 25 miles from the retreating Tomcats, but they're just resetting. They're just going to extend east and come back around. Red have had a pretty solid defense there at the moment. Yink doing big work with the fish bed, killing both eagles. And in fact, if we just have a quick look at the scoreboard, we see 2 kills for Yink. Savior with 3 kills from the Mirage there, killing, I think, a Fulcrum, killing Yink, killing Musion as well in a fish bed, I think. Sorry, a Fulcrum and 2 fish beds. Dun had a kill on, I think, on a fish bed. Luminary has killed someone, and Mastro then as well in the Mirage, so lots of early action. So let's have a quick look at Impaler. There, I can't remember if there were harms on board at one point here, but there are no more. I'm just checking scoreboard again, I'm seeing no ground kills. We've got 2 harms on board here with Fraggle, Reaper 4-3, and Backbreaker with 4 iron bombs. And a Phoenix out from Riker, I think that's on Impaler, so let's have a quick look through on this. So Impaler's at 17,000 feet, the Phoenix is descending through 22,000. Not sure it's tracking, we can see contrails ahead of the Phoenix. I know it's a little difficult picture-in-picture at the moment, but they're just above it. But I don't think it's tracking any of them. If anything, I think this Phoenix is going to go silly. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that Phoenix is going nowhere. Tomcat Adler Blow has turned around. Tomcat of PP Calpi, so 23 miles. They're just running a cap here. And the blue side have a lot of aircraft here, but not an awful lot by the way of, you know, medium-range air-to-air. And all the cap fighters, the Eagles, most likely, yeah, they have respawned and have taken off again. But they're a good 110 miles out. And the Mirages obviously are going to have to land and recover. So I'm going to have a quick check here quickly of RAF Kingsfield. I believe it's an RAF base. You got Electrobull still on the ground. I don't think has actually gotten in the air yet. But given what's going on at the moment, that's probably not surprising. Just gonna have a quick look here for Adler Blow in the lead Tomcat on the red side. And you've got PP Calpi coming in behind, trying to stay with. So 2 Phoenixes, 3 Sparrows, 2 Sidewinders on board. I believe there's a 3rd Tomcat back there too, yeah, ETF Riker. So they are now 30 miles out to VTAF Grasshopper, 26,000. Grasshopper and the Viper, of course, with the 6 heaters. Good luck against 3 Tomcats. This is how legends are made. So I think the Tomcat's going to press Grasshopper here. We've got Backbreaker up to the north, but again, just with the strike loadout. And it looks like Zachrix in the fish bed is going to be 45 miles for intercept. Phoenix out from Adler. It's going to be dangerous. We have Grasshopper straight into a defense. Has turned cold. What's the spacing between the Tomcats, Lockie? I will check that for you in just a moment. Remember, folks, we're on a 30-second delay, so I will see your chat live, but when you hear me respond to it, it's 30 seconds after I have said it. So 11,000 feet, that is gone silly. So that is fine. Another Phoenix out from Backbreaker. Tomcats are 5 miles more or less apart. Backbreaker is defensive also. Oh, Tomcats are just turning. They don't need to. They don't need to extend all the way over. I think what we really need to see are the Navy people here start getting involved. So we've got Dormouse and a blue Tomcat launching a Phoenix, 42 miles. Presumably that's going to track Adler. Might be on Calpe. We'll see how it goes. Reference that line. Just keep an eye on the missile itself. It's passing 26,000 feet. Not getting a huge loft, to be honest. It's starting to slow down, so that's really going to be no factor for anyone. All Tomcats are cold at 26 miles. So have a quick look here at the breakdown of aircraft, and we do have 2 blue Tomcats and what feels like a fuckload of red ones. So, where the other Tomcats are of blue at the moment, I'm not entirely sure. I only see Dormouse up here at the minute. And Savior has just landed back at Akrotiri. Archers on deck of the supercarrier. That's again a strike loadout. And the red Tomcats are just tracking back again for the Iranian coast, 20 miles. So right now we have a standoff. So this is a time-limited mission. We are 45 minutes in. And we have then about an hour 45 left of the event. All these blue aircraft out here are just kind of sitting, loitering, burning gas. And at some point there's going to have to be a big push in. But I think the blue side are struggling at the moment with all their cap fighters who got hit early on. As I say, I'm struggling just to find where the other blue Tomcat is. Where is Dizzy? Oh, there's a tanker there, so that's good. Oh, Rio, that's what it is. She's back. I'm assuming she's the Rio. Let's have a quick look at it. Yeah, Dizzy is Rio for Dormouse, that's what it is. So we do only have 1 blue Tomcat. And that's probably also why we see so many red in the list, is that these are all, or the vast majority, human Rios. The mission rules as written were to exclude Jester, but Cookie kind of waived that in the brief. If people didn't have their Rio, they could fly with Jester. So we may or may not have that with some of them. I'm just watching Jumper and Tricker have now just flown north-south probably a number of times here, waiting to be vectored. Of course, Red have 2 GCIs for the 22 pilots on board. Where are we here? We've got Zero and Ross Burrymore doing GCI for Red, and ETF Cookie doing GCI for Blue. Not entirely sure why Cobra 188 stock is in a Game Master slot. That seems weird to me. But I am not an adjudicator, I am not a referee, I am just merely here to present camera footage. So sit back and chill, I shall. And just because my second camera has jumped over to it by itself, let's just have a picture-in-picture of an IL-78. I'm just going to have a quick look around on the map to see if I can find where that's actually flying. Up here, way up in the corner. Looks like blue are starting a push now, so we'll get rid of the IL-78. So Fraggle is in a 16-mile spread with the Tomcat Dormouse. Fraggle's up at 40,000. We got Augie in the south. Augie, I think, has the 6 heaters on board. Dormouse has, I think, 1 Phoenix left. Yeah, 1 Phoenix left. Dizzy in the back seat will be trying to find a good target for that. And Fraggle has a couple of harms. So we might see the first air-to-ground strike coming in here from the blue side. The 3 Tomcats are now 12 miles inland, so there's actually an opening here of sorts. There's only 1 Fulcrum that's in the real cap area. 2 Tigers are a good 26 miles north of that area, and then we've got 2 fish beds, Ross Pups and Baron von Mayaken, who are also a good, what's this, 35 or so miles away from this area. Prez and Dundon of Alamo Squadron, the Eagles, have caught back up again. So we'll have a little look at them while we're waiting to see what unfolds here. Ganalma, thank you for the follow. You are very welcome. I hope you're all enjoying the event, even though it's a little quiet at the second. This will, I'm sure, pick up in the next few minutes. So Fraggle is only now 22 miles away. Remember, Bashar al-Assad is one of the first objectives for the blue side. If we do a quick recap of what they've got to kill, they need to crater the runway at Bashar al-Assad. That is Objective 1. Objective 2 is to destroy chemical plants that are on the eastern side of Bashar al-Assad. Then at Hama Airfield, destroy a minimum of 7 Scud launchers. And then destroy 3 of the 4 missile factories at Hama. And then destroy the Integrated Air Defense System, Command and Control Center. And where these are the chemical factories at Bashar al-Assad. We've got a scramble here of 2 Tigers. We're going to come back to them in just a moment. Hama Airfield is somewhere nearby. I think I've just lost where it is. Here's Hama. There's the Scuds. Here's the missile factories. And as we found earlier, the Command and Control Center is somewhere that I now cannot find. We'll find it again. Well, I got a Phoenix coming in. Let's ride on board with this quickly. Looks like it just missed a Tomcat. 2 Phoenixes out in reply. Looks like they're going for Fraggle. So we will hop on board with one of those. See if it will actually track. You can see Fraggle in contrails there, so this could be dangerous if it decides to turn left. Which it doesn't. A harm. So Fraggle has gotten a harm away. Has had a magnum. Looks like it killed a tree. Now we're just going to keep an eye on the second harm that's out there. So there's all sorts of red fighters now coming. So this is again a kind of a bad position for the blue. They are massively outnumbered. So Augie and Riker look like they're going to get involved here, so I'm going to ignore that harm for a moment. There is the Asia Minor livery we're talking about. So we've got Augie climbing for Riker. And I believe there's a Fox 2. I believe that Picard will be in the backseat, ETF Picard. Oh, lots of flares from Augie. And a splash! Viper with an aim 9 kill on the Tomcat. Riker and Picard are down. Gonna have a real quick look here again, quickly. Oh, we just about managed to catch the missile, and I think it has indeed killed Grasshopper, who is just... DCS is having all sorts of graphical fits here, but Grasshopper is down, according to F10. Dormouse and Dizzy are turning in and now turning out again. M7 coming out here as we try to get the cameras onto who we're looking for. Oh, that's a good track, and that's a splash. So I think that was Dun, followed up with an aim 9 there. So Dun has gotten a kill on Mugen. Mugen's fishbed is spinning out of control viciously. Tolove is looking hot here with Gate with speed brakes. It's a fashion. And I think Prez is going to be reciprocating, but without the speed brake. And a Fox we can see there from Dun. And a hit. So, Fulcrum down. Eagles are coming in and doing some work here. I think they're looking to press on Glyfted next. A couple of Tigers out of, where's this, north of Basel al-Assad, about 7 miles, trying to get in the fight, pressing Dun in the Eagle. Prez could get dragged here, but I think we're getting a flank on from Rosspups and Baron van Mayakan. They're going to come in behind Fraggle here. Let's just keep an eye. So we're on board there with Rosspups, who is in the lead of the two fish beds out here. Prez is turning cold. He's going to turn right into them. This could end badly for Prez. Just waiting for a missile to come out here. There's the missile. R60 is out. We can see it tracking. It looks to have missed. I'm not sure Prez knows anything about it. So there is Rosspups padlocked to the Eagle. I think they're just running, which means Prez may be getting behind them. So jump F10 quickly here to make sure that we're not missing anything else going on. Dun and Zachrix may be about to get into a fight. Prez is going to press after these guys. There's a Fox from Dun. So let's shift the cameras about. We can see it just over the right wingtip. And I think it's gone. Yeah, that's gone stupid. Right, Fulcrum pressing in on Dun now in trouble. Tables are turning. Or 27 ore. Heading for Dun Dun. Lots of flares. I think that is missed. Easily defeated. SA2. Missing. Dun Dun in big trouble now. Being pincered by some tigers. Tries to get a fox away. Merges. Okay, we're padlocked with the Fulcrum and the Eagle. Fatty is getting aspect. There's a Fox 2. Missed! Fox 5! No! And a missile out of nowhere from a fish bed. Screaming overhead. Zachrix, I think that was. With the, presumably an R60. Dun Dun still in trouble in the fight. Loses a right wing. That is a tiger coming overhead. I want to say that was Tricker. Yeah, looks like Tricker got the kill there with the guns. All sorts of things happening in short succession there, folks. Nearly impossible to keep up with it all, but I think we did not too bad considering. Prez and Fraggle are running away for dear life. Prez has 2 wing tanks still on, 4 Sidewinders, 3 Sparrows. You gotta use that ordnance, sir. You can't run home with that. Fraggle has a single Sparrow. That's it. Alright, Prez is climbing and just extending west, I think. But given that his wingman has just died and has all that ordnance and fuel left, I feel like... well... I feel like needs to go in and just try and get a kill. You know, if Prez dies, we'll give a point to the Red. But at the moment, what's going to happen is if Prez just returns to base, or, you know... otherwise, it's just going to end up going back and forth with Dun Dun. You'll only have one of them on station at a time. So the coordination here will be interesting, to see if Blue can actually get this to work. Zachrix in the fish bed is 18 miles trailing. Cherub's 9. Prez has ascended to 12,000 feet. Got another little... hot, cold, north-south cap going on here between Vati and the fish beds. Rage of the Tomcat airborne again and pushing. I'm not sure actually if Rage had even landed. Let's see if Rage has a Rio quickly. Yes, X-Man is in the Rio for Rage. And while we're talking Tomcats, let me see if I can find where the other ones are. So Calpi has Fractos in the back seat as Rio. Adler Blow has Top Hatters 202 Showtime in the back, so here has just landed. Again, sadly, has not chosen the Asia Minor Iranian livery. And Riker has Picard in the back seat, as expected. So Prez has elected to just continue tracking west at the moment. Still curious as to what the strategy will be here, because You know, it has 2 bags, has a lot of missiles, that should still be Tiger. Could go on tank, potentially, and just come back in the fight, and that would be, you know, certainly valid. But needs to make sure that Prez is able to do something when the rest of the cap flights arrive. That they start coordinating all their cap efforts. Because right now, I don't think Blue have gotten through that initial wave. I don't think any of them have actually gotten close to the coast. Prez is in a left-hand turn to recommit. This could get interesting. That is only 18 miles to Rage. Rage is turbs too. Prez is 16,000. Let's watch them. Phoenix out. That Phoenix may have... Oh, it has gone to the right. So that is tracking against Prez. Or is it? It looks like it is missing by a country mile. So yeah, it is indeed. So Rage is now defensive. Alamo Prez is only about 7 miles behind. Rage is 650 knots, 740 on Prez, so Prez has closure. A quick check of F10 again, because they're not closing as fast as I would expect. Marginal closure rate there. It's only about 20 knots or so. So Rage is not in imminent danger. Again, that's Rage and X-Man. Should always give a shout out to the Rio. Blue side now are getting a big force together here. And they've got to get this coordinated and push hard. So at this point, Prez is wasting fuel. And it's just being dragged into SAMs, so... Question marks here. That's just my point of view. We've got a couple of not Vipers, a couple of Tigers. I think Prez has thought twice now about this as breaking off. A couple of Tigers north of Prez. That's jump back to F10 only. That is about 20 miles, 030. You've got Sniper 11 Wolf, Sniper 12 Marco, JTFF. Prez now electing to turn left and is descending through 10,000. Poor Wizard. All the bombs in the world and nobody to drop them on. So I'm curious whether the red or blue GCI will see these elements so close together. So we have a quick look in here on Basel al-Assad. We have the Tiger Flight of Jumper and Tricker down rearming. We've got the Fishbeds of Zachrix and Glifted rearming. And Baron von Mayakin and Rospups also rearming, refueling. They may even just be waiting to scramble when the Blue Force show up. We are now about 1 hour 10 minutes into the 2.5 hours of the mission. So Blue need to get this coordinated attack together and make some inroads here. So we've got another red reinforcement wave coming, even though the 2 Tomcats here are heading back the way. 3 Tomcats indeed. We've got a Fulcrum coming in. Here, by the way, was the IADS center, TV tower and the 2 electrical boxes, which is 30 miles inland from the coast. And Yink in the fish bed, so it's 60 miles from the coast. Prez pressing in here with the Tigers. Still got wing tanks on. As Fox That's tracking. Will it have the legs? Nope. Tiger has thrown a wing tank at it. That is a tactic. Oh, it's gonna have the legs, it's gonna have the legs! Is it? Is it? Is it? And defeated. Trouble though for Prez is that there is a fox. Alright, easily defeated, lots of flares. So Wolf has turned back hot again. We're gonna keep with this fight as close as we can. So we're gonna sit with Prez on the left. And this is Wolf on the right. I'll quickly check F10. Yeah, Wolf is the closest one. And Prez is dragging towards the Mirages. Prez still with wing tanks on. So Wolf is 624 knots across the ground. Prez is slowing down 480 knots. And is ascending 5,000 feet. So there is closure here in Wolf's favour. You can just see the pixel there of Prez in the middle of the screen on the right. Can have another quick check of F10. We got Hornets and Vipers coming in, so Wolf is going to have to do something in the next few seconds or break off. Gonna check quickly what Archer and Wingman have on board. Mixed roll, Arthas. Again, mixed roll. Either of them can get Wolf here. So we're going to come off Prez for the minute, and we'll just keep an eye here. We'll jump into whomever fires or is fired upon. Oh, Savior coming in the Mirage, 5 miles. I think Wolf is going to die. That will be my guess. There's the Fox. And a splash. So Wolf has indeed died. Prez dragged down to the friendly Mirages. Marco now being left to go back home. And the blue side have a big number of aircraft, so this is the time. We've got all sorts of scramble from Bashar al-Assad. Tigers are up, fish beds are up, another fish bed is up, another fish bed is up. So 6 aircraft are on Bashar al-Assad, 7 if you include the retreating Tiger, and lots of blue aircraft. I don't see anything else coming in at the moment, so it's kind of 6-7 red aircraft and as many blue as can now do something. Prez is outbound with 2 Sparrows, 3 Sidewinders and 2 wing tanks. Meanwhile, Dun Dun is probably halfway in. Yeah, here we are. That's 64 miles. So, Mastro and the Mirage starting to press. Yeah, at some point they're just going to have to go over the SAMs. They need the strikers in. Remember the objectives, they have to go after objectives too, if they want to get the big points. Crater the runway at Bashar al-Assad. So pick your vector, start taking things out if you can, and get bombs down on the runway. And there's just that many short-range SAMs, like SHORAD in general. Those SA-9 Gaskins are pretty rubbish, to be honest. Lots of them, but you can defeat them if you see them launch. And a lovely wall here. It's about 25 miles north to south. Archer 22,000, Mastro 32,000. Sorry, Archer was 22. Turbs 1 on Arthas, a low-level sea skimmer coming in. Savior 22,000. Patadorlag, but 6, Luminary 22. So they're just converging now on Bashar al-Assad. And Zachrix in the fishbed has decided now to go feet wet and press. SA2s are firing. An SA2 launch tracking for Arthas, 17 miles. Archer is swinging around. Quick double check of what Archer's got on board. Bombs. Yes, Savior is in trouble from an SA2, potentially, just exploded in front. Yeah, just on the edge of the range. Archer, though, may get splashed. Just out of energy by the looks of it. There was a second one, but it's also just out of energy. So I think Archer has gotten away with that. Arthas is pushing in. Oh, right on the deck. And is drawing attention. Lifted is coming in, 2 miles. This is probably going to be a kill shot. Clearly Arthas is not off the radars like they imagine they are. Right, padlock, split screen, Fox, in the air. Miss. Arthas has to start turning. You're about to get swarmed by red fighters. Probably want to drop those fuel tanks and bombs. It's gonna be a guns kill here, I think. Lifted has the aspect. Fox 2. Misses! There's another red aircraft. There's some guns. I can see flares. I think that's a hit. Again, DCS doing all sorts of weird artifacting. That's an F5 passing overhead. Red F5. Close in Fox 2. Some squirrels have eaten it. I don't know how. Arthas is still alive, and there's a missile. Came in from behind from a Tiger. And if we look, that is Jumper, I believe, got that kill. Possibly Tricker, but I think it was Jumper. And that was 5 red aircraft. 6 red aircraft just got sucked in by that one Viper. But nobody is able to push anywhere else to counter. Savior just got missed, evaded an SA2. If I could speak again, it would be marvellous. Let's have a look at Luminary on the way in. There's a Fox 1, not sure who that's on. Let's track the missile. The sky cable slowed him down. True. Nope, it's the fish bed. Oh, it's gonna hit! So, good splash. Luminary just got hit, I think, by a missile. There's a 530 going out on Zachrix. Phoenix coming out from Riker. So Luminary's in trouble. I think has already taken some shrapnel damage. How that missed! Or maybe it didn't. Maybe that's just DCS. Oh, it's all happening now. So Tolove is hitting onto Mastro. Hitting onto, that's the wrong word. Zachrix about to die. Splash! That was the wrong fish bed. Mastro may be in trouble here too. Has a fox again. On Yink. Yink knows nothing about it, takes it to the face, Mastro extends, takes one to the back. Everybody is dying all over the place. And looking at this, the red are coming out on top again. Wizard and Archer are just going to press in behind though. We got Zachrix hot. That's on board with Wizard. I think we'll have to switch that to Augie in a moment. There's a padlock down to Zachrix. Zachrix is looking up. It's going to be a fox here. I think it's just out of range. There's only one left on board. I think that's an R60. Have a quick check. There's an M9M out. Grasshopper. Wizard is bombing. This is big. This is big. This is objective number 1. Is it gonna hit? It's gonna hit! There's a crater on Basel al-Assad. Ooh! Oh, and Wizard pays the price, but gets the objective complete. Everybody is dying. Archer coming along. I think Archer has some bombs too. He's going to try and finish that job that Wizard started. He's going to stay with Archer. That is Basel al-Assad on the right. You got to drop your bombs. Drop your bombs. I see 2 craters on the runway. Basel al-Assad. Let's do a little BDA here for the blue side. So Basel al-Assad, 3-5 right, crater 1, crater 2, fire, crater 3. I think we call that crater 4. That looks like objective 1 has been completed for the blue side. Craters on Basel al-Assad, and we are 1 hour 20 minutes in. Well done to the blue side there. They coordinated, Wizard took the opportunity, followed up. I can't remember who was in the Hornet just now. Everything has been happening, but they did a fantastic job getting in there. And from the way that this is being scored, so disable the airbase with at least 2 craters, done. That is worth 10 points to the blue side, which is the equivalent of killing 10 red aircraft. Now that comes at a cost. They had loss of their own aircraft, so red side will get some points back for that. But this means red will not get those 10 points at the end, the way they would if the blue hadn't captured it. I take a breath. It all just happened at once, folks. It was magnificent. So, Electrobull of ETF has finally gotten airborne. Is approaching the fight, but as you can see from the right-hand side of the screen in F10, is kind of on their own, and there is a Tiger sorting. So let's move that to picture-in-picture and keep a closer eye on F10. Because I think Electrobull is about to turn in. I just see the heading as 130 coming left. Looks like 4 Mark 82s on board, so it's pretty light and fast now. Tricker and Jumper are presumably being vectored by the red GCI, 210 for 9, down on 1,000 feet. These Cherubs 2 on the 2 Tigers. So I don't know if Electrobull will get in, but the next objectives that are close are these 2 workshops here, to kill these chemical munitions factories. I think getting those will bag 10 points for the blue team and deny the red side those 10 points at the end as well. So green dot speed is going to press into Marco here, so let's switch our cameras. Although I see Tricker is sorting on Electro Bull, so we will keep this loose here. We're not going to get fixated on one fight, because I think it's changing again right in front of us. I think Tricker is sorted on Electro Bull. That's 4 mols. Let's jump back to Electro Bull. Green Dot Speed is only 5 miles from Riker and the Tomcat. Riker's at Cherubs 8. I'm not sure they see each other. Viper is defending. Tricker has foxed. Alright, there's the kill on Electro Bull. We're going to jump back. Green Dot Speed is chasing Riker. There's a Fox 2. It's going after flares. Oh, and a kill! Green Dot Speed with a kill on Riker and Picard in the Tomcat. At Tanagra. And Estrella just went over the shoulder from an SA-9 Gaskin of Green Dot Speed, pressing on Tricker. Let's pan this around. Tricker now on the left has no M9s left, down to guns. Green Dot Speed on the right. We've got Marco coming in. Very low, very fast. Pops back up. Let's switch our Tiger. There's a Fox. And gets hit. Good run from Green Dot Speed there, but couldn't evade the numbers of the red side. And that is the blue wave, the back of which is now broken. There's an M7 floating around by Dundon, and I'm not sure if we've missed a kill up there. Let's have a quick look. I don't see any. Yes, Logan, Riker and Picard at Tanagra. When the walls fell. On the ocean. I made this joke several times during the Persia Gulf 92 stream. I am not above making it again. Backwater has pressed in here. Looks to be heading for the IADs, 23 miles out. This is a very sneaky little run going on. So let's get this up on camera. I'm not sure Red know much about it. It's actually quite high, so I'm not sure why Red don't know much about it. So this is Backbreaker, 28,000 feet that we're following here. The Tigers are scrambling. We can see 14 miles. Sniper 1-1, Sniper 1-2, Wolf and Marco of JTFF are pressing, but unless this Strela gets Backbreaker, but Backbreaker's at 28,000 feet, well above the range of these SA-13s. Backbreaker's going straight in for Objective 5, which is the IADS Command and Control, Integrated Air Defense System. So this should be a big point score for the blue side if Backbreaker gets in. And even if dies, that's 15 points, I believe. Yeah, objectives 3 to 5 are 15 points each. So that's denying Red the defense of 15 points and scoring 15 points for blue. This is an impressive little sneak in here. Logan saw it the first time in Spanish, so it's a bit different, but you get the reference. Excellent. I can't get an external shot on that. Let's just go full screen. Bombs away! Bombs away! And Backbreaker sacrifices themselves for the cause. And we've got the TV tower is down. The IADS, I think we can say, has been hit. That's a 15-point score for the blue side. Again, denying the defense of 15 points for red, so a big swing. And we have Dormouse and Sniper 1-2 Marco coming in. So that was a huge move there from Backbreaker. Last few minutes we've seen some really impressive plays from the blue folks. And a big swing in points. Potentially. I have no idea what the running tally is as regard kills and points in general, but getting those objectives make a huge difference to the final result. So Dormouse is breaking off. There's an SA-6 firing. That's Dormouse and Dizzy of ETF. So what we've got left objective-wise then, we have Objective 2, which are these two workshops, which are chemical munition factories at Bashar al-Assad. They're worth 10 points. And if we go over to Hama, we have kill 7 Scuds from this group. That will be worth 15 points. And then kill 3 of these 4 missile factories, I think they are, which again is worth 15 points. So we're now approaching, it's just 1.5 hours in, 1 hour left of the mission. 2 objectives down for blue, 3 remaining. So this is kind of anyone's game at the moment, I think. If we have a very quick look at scores, Rage is minus 50. I don't know why. Team kill, perhaps. Like if we look at these scores here, so Savior has 4 air-to-air kills. That's effectively 4 points for blue. 3 points for Mastro, another 3 there. You know, we're going to say there's 3, 2, 5, that's about 9, maybe 10 more there. And probably about breaking even between the rest. So you could say blue were probably ahead by, I know, 20 points? 25 points, something like that. That's forgetting about team kills or the air intrusions or things like that. I think blue will also score some points because they've penetrated the red air on the way to those objectives. Breeze, no victory without sacrifice. Geezer says ultimate sacrifice. Logan, you should have targeted something useful, not that squirrel nest. You should always target the squirrel's command and control. Squirrels are famously not independent thinkers. They work as a collective. Alright, Dormouse and Dizzy are 13 miles from the coast, pressing in on Bashar al-Assad. Let's have a quick look again. They're going to be flying Cap, so that's 2 Phoenixes, 3 Sparrows, 2 Sidewinders, and a very nice Alpha Tomcat livery off USS America, I think it says on the back. But got the back objective, says Logan. Yes, yeah, so that was a 15-point score off of that rear IADS. So Wolf is pressing hot. There's a Phoenix out from Dormouse, I think on Yink, 17 miles. So I'm going to get a picture-in-picture up here of Yink, who's defensive, with air brakes out. Let's do it this way for the laugh. Starting to defend. That missile's at 26,000 feet, coasting. Yink is down at 1. I think that's going to be no factor. Passing overhead. Okay, we're going to jump to this. And here is Dormouse, Dizzy, and Wolf. Wolf is going to get the jump here. They're coming downhill. Oh, turning away. Will they outrun? Can they outrun it? I think they can. 200 knots on Wolf because went vertical. 730 on the Tomcat. Tomcat's hauling ass. There's the Fox. Some flares out. Don't think it'll have the legs. 650 knots on the Tomcat, 580 knots on the Tiger. Command centers, we got a little update here. 1 destroyed, I didn't catch exactly what else it said. I was going to come out of that for a moment. There is a Fox, we can see there's 2 Tigers now, 2 Mal Fox. Running out of energy. Not getting close to the Tomcat. Another Fox. Tomcat is 650 knots. This missile is less than that now. So that's not reaching. So the sniper folks, Marco and Wolf, are turning around, and Dundon has arrived in an Eagle, 12 miles out, and I'm going to go look for Prez. Prez is taxiing on the ground. I think Prez has just made it back, so that is unfortunate. This is what I mentioned about 40 minutes ago about the coordination of the air-to-air elements. We effectively now have the two Eagles working as singletons. Now, not much else going on. Dundon and Dormouse and Dizzy are just pressing in. They're going to have to be careful of Sam's. Dundon is at 12,000 feet. That's within Strela range. Dormouse is at Churbs 3. Jumper and Tricker have just scrambled, departed from Basel al-Assad. Wolf is going in for a final. I think Dundon is going to press on Wolf. So let's have a look if Wolf can get on the ground, perhaps. There's an AIM-9 and an AIM-7 out. Just missed. Tunguska's firing. Dundon's gonna die. Oh, just misses. More Tunguska shots. Big volleys from the back here. Strela's firing. Dundon's in trouble. Everything is trying to get Dundon. Tunguska's... There's the Tunguska missiles, plural. If you can see the other one here on the right, chasing down the Eagle, but they're just running out of energy. Remember, those Tunguskas at the back are emulating an 80s era Tunguska. So that's the 80s one had 4 missiles, so these ones are the 8 missile ones but no reloads. So effectively emulating 4 missiles with 1 reload. So they will not get more ammo when they're out, I believe, the SA-19s at the back, these two here. Now I think we have lost Dormouse in that. Dormouse killed Marco. Something has happened with the blue Tomcat while we were chasing Dundon there. I see Dizzy has spawned in separately in a Harrier, so no longer Rioing for Dormouse. Dormouse killed Sniper 1-2 Marco. Alright, Dundon is 3,000 feet. I don't know how Dundon survived that, but well done, Dundon. That was fun to watch. Not gonna lie. We've got 2 Mirages screaming overhead at 45,000 feet, UFOs, coming in now to assert the blue pressure. I'm trying to figure out where they're going, but I think they're pressing onto Glifted, who is down low in a fish bed. So that is Glifted on the left side of the screen. That is 13 miles out. I see the Tiger Flight of Jumper and Tricker are pressing on Dundon, 10 miles. We'll keep an eye on that too. I think we got a Fox. Uh, 530's going straight down. And smack! That is a splash! That is an impressive splash. Well done to Saviour. We got Mastro pressing on Tricker, Dundon coming in on Jumper. These guys are in trouble. There's a nose wheel down on Jumper. I think Dundon is going to get a kill here. M7s are shocking. Looks like a Fox 2. Splash. Tricker now is going to get involved. No missiles left, but fuck it. He says, come at me, bro. Mastro 2 miles is probably going to get the jump here, but is defending what looks like a missile. I think it was a SAM. Dundon going to merge. Alright, we've got to merge. Both aircraft are padlocked to each other here. That is Dundon on the left, Tricker on the right. Tricker looks to be extending for the coast. The Mirage is in the area. We don't see where he is immediately here. So Tricker electing not to fight the merge. Running for SAMs. A quick look at F10. Mastro is not in a position to intercept that, I don't think. Although there's possibly a missile coming down. Is that a team kill? Dundon just died. I think that's a team kill from Mastro. Mastro in Mirage has team killed Dundon with a magic. And the tables now have turned. Tricker is turning back around. We got Saviour inland. Here's a padlock again. Mastro and Tricker going to merge. I think Mastro still has a magic. Bit of lag. Merge. Lots of lag. And a hit, I think that's from Saviour, yeah. Now, Soviet Union claims, who have been told was Saviour, tall Saviour, came in with the kill on Tricker. And Geezer in chat saying Dundon needs to have the striker follow him and do it again. Absolutely, that was a big trespass through all the SAMs. Could have had strikers come in and kill the workshops here if there were bombs on station with them. And unfortunately for Blue, again, I think they're in the lead, so they're not too bad. The Mirage is here. Mastro has one 530, one magic. Saviour has 2 magics. So they're still effectively Tiger. I don't know what their fuel state is, but I think they'll be okay. Luminary coming in has a cap loadout, so this is good. What they need now are these guys here with the bombs. Presumably there's some harms on board there, no bombs. Wizard will have bombs. Wizard has all the bombs. Because Wizard created the runway earlier, so Wizard knows what he's doing. If they can just hold this position, hold off these cap fighters, and then let the strikers swing in, we might see Objective 2 fall. These 2 chemical weapons factories. Alright, Cripps in a Fulcrum has shot on Mastra. But Vati with a closer 5-mile shot. And I think there's a 530 going out in reply. Possibly a magic. That is going to miss, because 27 hours are awful. And Mastro and Vati are going to get close to each other here. Vati elected to turn, but Mastro's following. So that's Mastro on the left, Vati on the right. We're padlocked to each other. Mastro's coming away. 680 knots on the Fulcrum, 600 knots on the Mirage. I'll have a quick look here to see that he's not being dragged into someone else. Saviour's coming in, pressing on Cripps. We're going to jump back to Mastro in a second, I think. I think Vati may die. Mastro is going to trespass a Gaskin in a moment. Tall Saviour is going to press Zakrix and Cripps. So we're going to come away from Vati. Let's watch on, I think, Cripps, although I have a feeling Wizard's about to die too. Yeah, Wizard with all the bombs has died. Got a Fox 2 away. But sadly, could not get a splash, so here's Master getting in behind Cripps. It's a Fox from Cripps on Saviour, misses. Fox from Mastro. Misses. This Mastro is in behind. I'm not sure there's another missile on board. Mastro's braking. Cripps is going upstairs. There's another Fulcrum in the fight. There's a splash on that. I think that's Savior with a kill on the other Fulcrum. That was in the background shot here from Cripps. Have a quick check on that. That was indeed Savior coming in. Not sure offhand who that was. There's a Fox now from Cripps. It's down on Mastro. It was Vati and the other Fulcrum who died. Mastro has just evaded. Another Fox from Cripps. Does not evade that one. Cripps gets the kill on Mastro. Yeah, 160 knots, assuming the Mirage is actually out of the fight and not just wounded. And a kill. I think that is Savior has come in and killed Cripps. Although it might be... Oh, it's all happening. It might have been Luminary. Mastro is still up. Let's have a look on board with Rosspups. Probably chose the wrong one here. M9! Yes! We chose the right one. Sorry, Rosspups. And there's Baron, and Savior's getting in behind. Padlock view. There's a missile in the air. Coming at Savior, I think. So we're about 1 hour 45 into the mission. There's about 45 minutes left, folks. By my count, blue are ahead, but that is rough maths. And we have to remember too that that's ahead on current scoring, not including the objective scoring at the end that red will defend. Here's Mastro wounded on the right hand side of the right screen, coming in to try and get a guns kill, I think. SAMs are firing. It's all happening again. I'm going to stick with this for a moment because I think that Mirage is going to press for the kill. Yeah, evading the SAMs. And is electing to turn out. Tom Paler coming along now with the seed loadout. So as I said, the other objectives, we've got Objective 2 here, and Objectives 3 and 4 at Hama. Here, they will score for red if they are not killed by the blue side. So that is 15 points here, another 15 here, that's 30 points, plus 10. So 40 points will be added to the red score if the blue don't get them. So I'd say at this moment blue look ahead, but if it holds like this, red will probably scratch out a win on the basis of those objectives, and then it'll come down to the kills. And again, if we have a quick look here, I think the Mirage for Savior and Dundon are ahead, so there is definitely a little bit of an advantage to the blue side in terms of how many kills have happened. Deliberator, thank you for the raid, good sir. I hope that you have had a good tact stream. Deliberator, of course, was covering the match between the 14th VFS and DCS half. The final match in one of the tact group stages. How did that finish, mate? I didn't see the result. Alright, so things are quietening down here on the west coast of Syria. Bashar al-Assad has has just quietened down, but Impaler is pressing on Tentacle. So let's have a quick setup here. Yeah, Yeah, Tentacle is downhill. Sorry, Tentacle doesn't know about what's going on. I think Impaler's going to get him here. Just avoid the ground, avoid the ground. Settling in behind. Should see a Fox 2 in a moment, I'd imagine. GCI may be screaming at Tentacle at this stage. There's a Fox. I think that was a 1. Might have been a 2, couldn't tell. Left wing tip is empty. There is a splash. Tentacle is down. That was probably a 9M. It was a 9M. Good kill, Impaler. So we have a Phoenix coming out on the right hand side. That is tracking Fraggle. Or might be tracking Fraggle. It's thinking about tracking Fraggle. I think that has gone dumb. We can actually see Fraggle off the left side here, so that is now defeated. We're going to give up on that. There is a big red wave coming now. Impaler and Fraggle need to probably start running out. Deliver, thanks for coming along. And thank you again for the raid. We will chat to you soon, sir. The camera work is good fun, I have to say. It's difficult. It's busy, but it's good fun. We have another Phoenix out from Rage and X-Man, chasing down Impaler. That is about, what, 13 miles? Let's have a quick look at Impaler and see if we can find that, if it's going to track or not. I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it's actually tracking. But we have 5 ships here south of Bas al-Assad. There are 3 Tomcats, 4 Tomcats in a fish bed. That's all the Syrian Tomcats. And then 2 Tigers working around here northeast of Bas al-Assad with another fish bed on the deck. Meanwhile, a big blue wave is developing here. It looks like because Dun Dun died over by the blue side, has rejoined Prez, so thankfully for the blue side, the 2 Eagles are working together now again. That was a little bit fortunate, which is good. And we got some harms away, I think from green dot speed. Those look pretty long range. That's 55 miles tracking in. The blue are just dragging now. Electrobull and the Harrier is a little bit isolated because the Mirage... The 2 Mirages, I think, are now running home. Looks like Mastro did not die. That's just been damaged instead. And... what the fuck, DCS? Anybody want to take a guess or a comment at this? So... the aircraft is flying this way. The contrails are going that way. Anyone? I mean, I know the Mirage is a UFO, but come on. What the fuck? Alright, we've got the Tomcats just having none of it now, pressing hard. Phoenix out. Let's see who this is on. I think it's on Fraggle, so let's get the camera work onto Fraggle. No, it's Electrobull. It's tracking Electrobull. Change target. Yeah, I've heard of Magic INS, Lockie, but Magic Wind. Oh, good notch from Electrobull. But Adler Blow is coming in, descending. Another missile out. That's a Sparrow this time. What another missile has killed Electrobull. So the blue Harrier is down. Looks like Impaler is going to possibly take a Phoenix. Might be passing overhead. Passing overhead. Let's just watch Impaler here on the left. Here he comes. Splash. Phoenix going in on green dot speed. Looks it's gonna miss. Another Phoenix coming out from Riker and Picard. At the ocean. Legitimately this time. Rage is taking an AIM-9. Probably knows very little about this, but whether it's a threat or not remains to be seen. It's losing a lot of speed. 5 miles is a long way for a Sidewinder to go, especially when it's a beaming target. But Fraggle is just no fucks giving, pressing straight. Team kill coming up. AIM-9 Lima on a friendly Tomcat. Friendly Tomcat. That is a team kill from Adler Blow. Red PP Calpi has died. Sorry, has Adler Blow, yeah, has killed Red PP Calpi. So Fraggle may not have been the craziest thing in the world after all. Pressing in, so that is I think Fraggle on our left of the split screen. All sorts of red aircraft here now. So we've got 2 Tigers hot here, Sniper 1-1, Sniper 1-2, Jumper and Tricker in 2 Tigers, 2 Tomcats cold, and then a lot of blue coming in. So Fraggle can drag here. We might be able to get the blue side in to do some striking. It's worth noting as well that team kill is worth, I think, 3 points to the blue side. They're all just merging with each other. I don't know who to follow. Tricker with an AIM-9. Tricker is down. There's a little death cam for Tricker. Jumper with an AIM-9 on Backbreaker. No, it's going up onto Barracuda. Missing. Green dot speed is about to take one. No, it's good. Lots of merges about to happen here. That's Jumper in picture, bearing down on green dot speed. And there are just aircraft everywhere in this furball. Green dot speed is getting out. And not necessarily. Missile out. Jumper finally got a fox away. It looks like it's going to miss. Another missile. Sniper 1-1 gets hit. Let's follow Fraggle here. Got a bandit behind. I think it's Jumper. I think we're with the right aircraft here. And I have no idea what just happened. Fraggle just disappeared. Alright, we're back on board with Fraggle. Aircraft has come in behind, that's a Tomcat. I think there's an M9 coming. And a splash on Fraggle. AM9 from green dot speed. Onto Ridge. Green dot speed gets Ridge with an M9. Tomcat down. All the shit is happening here. We're half hour left in the mission. Green dot speed trying to get in behind Jumper. Merged. Watch the sea, watch the sea! Aim 9 comes in from the left, takes off the starboard wing, and green dot speed is in the drink. Well, the red side have come out on top from that engagement. Such a mess of missiles and aircraft just then. But Wizard finds himself now isolated 12 miles away from that big clusterfuck, and probably is in trouble. I imagine the GCIs will be screaming at Wizard now. Similarly, the red GCIs, if they see Wizard, will be doing similar screaming. And we can catch up on our breath at the moment. My God, that was another intense little engagement. So we are 30 minutes away from the end of the mission. The blue side really need to muster just one more big push, get everything together, and just go for it. Wizard has turned west, so is running cold again. Luminary looks to be recovering to the boat. I think this is the same one that the Hornets are on the bow of. Have any Harriers made it to the target, Geezer? Yes, Wizard did a successful bombing run of the Basser al-Assad runway. Luminary pushing the landing here. No fucks given. The bolter. So the Alamo flight of Eagles is nearly back at the front again. But again, they're 35 miles. They really want to hold an orbit and wait for the strike aircraft. Alright, so we've got Riker and Picard on the ocean, foxing a Phoenix at Alamo. Let's have a little look at it. Alamo flight, Dundon and Prez have split. They're about a mile and a half apart now. Phoenix is coming in. Looks to be tracking Prez. We can see from the Phoenix's point of view that there are contrails where the Phoenix is not going to track. You can see from the line here, it's just not crossing it. Logan saying it's funny to see those MiG-21s and F-5s dealing with the much later tech. Yeah, it's about airframes and numbers sometimes. When you have these limited missiles, when you know, it's fine you having one Eagle with missiles to kill 6 aircraft, but if you've got 3 fish beds around you, they're going to kill you. You know, they'll just swarm you, get in close, and you won't be able to deal with it. So, the Alamo flight have successfully defended. We'll get rid of the picture-in-picture for the moment. They're going to push, which allows Wizard opportunity to follow them in. And there is Wizard in the Harrier. So I feel like the scoring of this mission is going to hinge on, say, another objective. If Blue could get that objective at Bashar al-Assad, for example, or one of the Ham objectives, they'll probably have enough to win. Without it, it's going to be very, very close. Hey, Bullet! This is a 1985 loadout, so we got 2 Phoenixes on board the Tomcats. They are M54 Alpha Mark 47. And no AMRAMs on the Eagles, so they're dealing with AIM-7 mics. Not even the mic hotels. So we have about 25 minutes left in the mission. Currently we have 2 Eagles and 1 Harrier loitering with intent west of Bashar al-Assad. So they are about 35, 40 miles, 50 miles to the Harrier. The Red Force have mustered a big defensive push here. So obviously Riker and Picard are going back in, but Glifted and Yink are down probably low. Yeah, Cherubs 5 doing a north-south cap. We've seen this a number of times. Baron von Mayakin, Rosspups, 3,000 feet. We've got a Fulcrum of Zachrix passing over 23,000. Jumpers on the deck and a Tiger. Marco is here. There will be some more coming out of the back. Tricker and Wolf are coming out of Abu al-Duhu. Crips is coming forward. Vati's coming forward. There's just enough time for one massive push from the blue side. And they just need to get everybody together. Crimson is asking, can we get a visual on the pilot? Where's the pilot? Is there a pilot in a parachute somewhere you want to see, or just mean the guy is in the cockpit? He's gone, okay. Yeah, I thought that was what you meant, alright, like a dude in a parachute or someone on the ground. If I could have found him, I would have certainly done it. So there is Glifted in a fish bed, just after flying past Bashar al-Assad. And if we have a look here at Crips coming in high. 38,000 feet. Zachrix ahead at 27,000 feet. Both Eagles have rejoined again. Logan, do you think Blue is thinking about pushing? I think they're trying to move the fighters to make a bombing run. I mean, they have to. They have to push if they want to do a bombing run. Like, they need to get aircraft in there. Clear out the red fighters and then make space to even just distract, so that, like what they did last time, sneak in a couple of aircraft to do the bomb. What just they have done, says Logan. Well, the Eagles are orbiting, the Fulcrums are coming. Again, I think the problem you're seeing with Blue is it's dribs and drabs. You just need everything to orbit for a while, get together and do one big push, and just go, right, everything is going, you know, towards the objectives. The same thing like 3 times, and only once the Harrier has struck the objective, says Logan. Yeah, well, you know, you need aircraft to be able to push, either be they bomber or fighters. You know, you need something to distract the Red Air. You know, if you have everybody go bombing and then one of them gets through, cool. But like the F-15, they're going to run cap, so yeah. No, I think they need to push, but they need to get all of their aircraft together, really. Because they've one more push left, and they're probably already, like with 20 minutes remaining, I'm going to draw an arbitrary line like this and say anybody on the left-hand side of the line is probably not in the fight anymore. So anybody who's like over here is not in this final push. Because like Impaler there is about 124 miles out. We'll see how long it takes them to cover 124 miles. Yeah, that's arbitrary line. I wouldn't say that's accurate, but you know, it's that type of thing at this stage. They need to be airborne in the next 5 minutes and hauling ass to make any difference. So we've got a group of what looks like 4 red aircraft, 3 Fulcrums and a fishbed. The fishbed's turning out, drawing after the Eagles. I'm not sure why they're still in close formation. They should be in a spread or something at this stage. The Harriers are pushing in. Dormouse. Let me have a quick check here. Dormouse is flying with Jester at the moment, so Dizzy is not on board. I think she was in a Harrier last scene. Not sure if she's still here or not. But is probably going to put a Phoenix out on Vati soon, maybe on Crips. Well, let's keep an eye on Crips, because I think that's where the next Fox will come out of. I suspect it's going to go on Dundon and whatnot. Here it comes, or 27, or is out. Lots of flares. All the flares in the world. You are going to be sorry you did that later. And guns from Crips overshoots. Is Dormouse pressing? There's a padlock from Dormouse, I think, to Crips. That should be back up to Dormouse. Somebody is hot. There's an M7 coming in. Crips is hit. I think that was Dundon got. Vati's coming along. I'm not sure who that missile is going on to. Tracking Dundon, the first one is. Second one, perhaps. So we're going to follow Dundon and see if Dundon gets splashed. So we'll come back here and keep an eye. I think both of those 27Rs are dead because they're shite. Missiles coming in. Vati gets splashed. I think that was Dundon with the kill again. Yeah, Dundon got the kill with an M7 on Crips and an M9 kill on Vati. Well done, Dundon. Dundon's done well, actually, in this. I think, if I have a quick look here, Dundon has 6 kills. The only one with more is Tall Saviour with 7. Alright, so that is Ross Pups on the left side of the screen. In fact, let's put it picture in picture because we got a lot of moving pieces here. And we're not sure exactly how they're going to pan out. Bullet is asking, do they have AWACS or GCI? They have GCI, yes. I don't... yeah, they do have AWACS up, but they have no link. Because it's 1985, they have no link 16. Only the Tomcats have link 4. And the blue side I think have 2 and the red side have 4 Tomcats, so not many of those either. Maximum of 3 per side. I'm not sure that's actually filled out at the moment. If I have a quick look here, I can see there's 2 GCI on red, 1 GCI on blue. So Cookie, I imagine, has been overloaded and overworked this whole mission, unfortunately. So that is a Phoenix out, looks to be tracking Yink. Let's get our camera onto Yink. It's not going to track though, so we're going to shift that camera again very quickly. Because there is a Phoenix inbound to a Fulcrum. Zachrix is probably about to get a Phoenix to the face. Starting to defend. Alright, so the Sniper 1-2, Sniper 1-1 folks, Marco Wolf of JTFF, are pushing in on the Eagles along with Baron von Mayaken and Ross Pups. This is a pretty dangerous situation for the Eagles. So that is Dun in the corner. I think that's where the first missile will go. Not sure who Dun will be targeting. Looks like Ross Pups and Baron von Mayaken are pushing for Dormouse. Aim 7 out from Dormouse. That is Ross Pups. There's a Sparrow in the face. I think we lost another fish bed. Yeah, Tiger died and the fish bed died. Blue Force cleaning up here. Massively impressive run just now. If we have a quick look, we can see that Sniper 1-1 Wolf in the Tiger got killed, and Marco got killed by Dun. Wolf got killed by Dun. Dun again, just mopping them up here. So Dun now in the lead with 8 air-to-air kills. And if we have a quick check on weapons, that is Winchester on Dun. Hardly surprising. Prez has 3 Sparrows, 4 Sidewinders. Get in the fight, Prez! Then we have 1 Sparrow, 2 Sidewinders on board with Dormouse, and Tricker and Jumper are coming into play. Everything that's out here now needs to start hauling ass. There's 15 minutes left, and I think that was a massive break of the red wave. If these folks here can destroy Tricker and Jumper, we're probably going to see all these blue come in and hit another objective. So I'm going to jump on board with Tricker picture in a moment. Because Tricker, I think, is pressing on the Tomcat. Yeah, they're only a few miles out. Tricker has missiles. That's an aim 7 out. Splash! Tricker's down. And that is Jumper, I think, passing off of the starboard wing of the Tomcat, now merged. Alright, we're padlocked for both. Dormouse is getting aspect here. The Fox 2. Jumper's down. Big hit again from the blue Tomcat. So Dun coming into cover. Prez needs to get in this fight. Come on, Prez. Dormouse and Dun are carrying that fight. Dun's closing for guns. They're going to merge. Fox 2. I think that's on the Tomcat. Guns from Dun. Tomcat's still alive. Tomcat's in the merge. Dun's getting aspect. Dormouse is flying the Tomcat H3 killer. Guns. Misses. Lifted is still up. Dun's over the top. Punches out. Got hits. That's a kill. Another kill for Dundon. Big, big, big fighting going on here. It doesn't look like I can lock onto the pilot, unfortunately. This is the time for blue. There were about 12 or 15 minutes left, something like that. I'm not sure exactly what time we started. But we have just enough time now that the back is broken of red. That is effectively all the Red Air Force barring Yink, and to be fair, Yink is in a Red Air Force of his own, down. So we have Dormouse, Dundon and Prez with the cap flight here. Prez still has a ton of missiles. This is Soviet Union claims, who I'm reliably informed as Tuss. If you're with a big fuck-off bomb, love it. Although any GPS weapons are banned, targeting pods are banned, so this must be just a dead eye of what's going in. Cause that's a GBU. Let's just stick with it for a moment. He's going for the target. He's going for the objective. Pickle. Those are the two factories. It's running short. It missed. Was it fused? I don't think he was going to laser, that's probably the point. So we've got Impaler here, rather, not Imperator. Got some bombs on board, so it's probably going to make a run in. We got Electrobull in the Harrier skimming in low. Prez is still floating about, that's fine. There isn't really red air to shoot at. Yink has been pushed off to the east. SAMs are firing, SN9 Gaskin. SN9 Gaskin. Yeah, I don't think that was fused. "11 minutes," Cookie is saying. So everything that's blue now, I think this is it. My line earlier that I drew, by the way, I don't think was that far off, because I think anything here on the left of this line is too far out for 11 minutes. Alright, here we go. Chemical munition factories on 12 o'clock. No, no, no bombing! He's off dry. Strela firing Electroball. He's hit! He's hit! He's dropping bombs anywhere because he's about to go down. I don't think they're on the target. Lucky. If Blue don't have bombs, they've got to be the bombs. Be the bombs you want to see in the world. Okay, here comes Wizard. High altitude. I would guess that Blue probably have the points at the moment, but this would seal the victory in my book if they can kill this objective and take those points off Red. So here comes a bit of a carpet bombing. Shack 1! We got a hit on 1. Lots of SAMs firing now. Impalor is coming back in. Oh, just lost an engine. Oh, dies within sight of the factory. Second factory is down. Second factory is down. I'm not sure if that was another bomb or if that was collateral damage, but I'm pretty sure, based on that's the third objective Blue have hit, that will take the points for the blue side. Tricker, good evening. Thank you for the raid, good sir. That was some good flying. So that is objective number 2 that has just been killed at Bas al-Assad. Objective 1, cratering the runway, was met earlier. Objective 5, worth 15 points, killing a IADS control center over here, was hit earlier. So Hama airfield is the only one remaining, if anyone is actually hitting it, but I think, given the levels of kills on the blue side, specifically that Dundon and Saviour and Dormouse, I think were, well, Dundon and Saviour certainly were in the lead, that they probably have outnumbered or outkilled the red side. Plus I did call one team kill on the red side that will take an extra 3 points for the blues. Oh, Gaskin firing again. So there are only minutes remaining. If anyone has bombs, they should be heading to Hama. And as someone said, who was it? Lockie said, if you don't have the bombs, be the bomb. Oh, Mastro gets hit by a SAM. That was an unfortunate, because that's effectively handing red a point, that death just now. It hopefully for blue won't be that close, but I suspect that the blue side have it, but every point could yet be important. Tricker was a lot of fun. We lost our GCI, so hard to IFF the 14s. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, one of the things Cookie was trying to do was to get the Tomcats to... Luminary has a Fox on Yink. AM7. Let's go split screen, padlock. This is Luminaries to lose, Fox 2. Splash. Yeah, I was trying to get them to use the Iranian liveries, but I noted at the start that it looked like a bunch of the red Tomcats weren't using them. Be the change you want to be. Exactly, Ananity. Be the bomb you want to be in the world. So I'm surprised nobody is going for Hama. Like, go in with guns. All you need to do with Hama is kill 7 of these Scuds. You can do that with a cannon. I mean, you've got an SA-6 there. Okay, you've got a couple of SA-6s, but have somebody else draw their fire. Although, truthfully, I think it's just that late in the mission that getting in 30 miles. That was... like, the final scoring is still to come. This is only my running tally. But blue have secured... what was it, 35 points, I think? Red will secure 30 points of objectives, so that's plus 5 points for blue on objectives. Then the kills, I think the blue side had more, but red had a lot of solid defense here. But then you're down to the team kills and where people got killed by SAMs and things like that. They may not necessarily track as kills as such, so it could still actually be really, really tight. That's why I'm saying, like, if I were blue now, it would be how much, like, get any more objective we can. Does Wizard have bombs? I think Wizard just dropped more bombs. Yeah, another Mark 82 there. And may get hit by a SAM. Just bombing the same area, I think. Ensuring it's dead. Dormouse is drawing SA-8s in the north. I mean, it could yet come down to all of the kills from, you know, SAMs or people just dying at the end here. It's hard to know. What's your impression, Tricker, from the, you know, the amount of kills and whatnot? Do you guys have any feeling on whether it's close or not? Again, all these bombs coming in, guys. If you lose it close, you know, after just wasting the ordnance here on objectives that are gone. Well. Yep, there's another point for red. And some squirrels. JTFF Marco, Titan, thanks for the stream. Looking forward to see the VOD. It was sweet to take the F5 for spin. Yeah, well done. You folks in the tigers and the fish beds were doing some really solid work there around Basel al-Assad. "2 minutes," Cookie said 1 minute ago. So I think we're very nearly done here, but as I said, the final scoring, I don't honestly know what it is. It feels to me like it's a close blue win, but we'll see what Cookie says. That's the blue side running out now. So I don't think there's anything much more to see in terms of the F10 here. Prez is heading out. Let's see if there's any good formations. My line on the map, by the way, the one I said arbitrarily was around here, did seem to be accurate. Anyone who was coming in, who was still kind of that side of it, I don't think got into that final fight. It's just funny when it seems like you're, 25-30 minutes to go. You've such a long transit time that you can be out of the fight. Even with that long remaining. Mission end, calls Cookie. That is it. I'm just getting word from Cookie that there will be no official result before Cookie reviews the footage and tallies up the scores. So there's nothing to report on with the final result yet. So I think that is probably as much as we can cover at the moment. However, for me, those last few minutes were dominated by 2 individuals. So I think they're worthy of a little airtime here. And that is Alamo Dundun and ETF Dormouse. Both of them in those last little engagements, just sterling work. I mean, Dundun came along with kill after kill, got a guns kill on a fish bed. Dormouse similarly was coming in with missiles, just, I don't know how much they were in comms with each other or not, but the pair of them just turned around a big situation there where Red had all the numbers. And then it went down to suddenly Blue had the opportunity to get in. And if it's a tight result, it comes down to that last objective and that opportunity, as well as the points for those kills. I think it'll be down to these two here for pulling it out at the end. Big shout as well, of course, to I want to say reliably informed that Taw Savior is the one flying under Soviet Union claims. So let me find where Savior is. Savior's still up. Savior's still here. It's a JTAC at the moment, so I can't find. But 7 kills, 2 losses. Dundun had 9 kills for 3. Dormouse had 4 for 3, but a lot of them were in the end when it really counted, I think. And of course, a lot of people have left the server now, so we're not actually seeing the red ones. But Yink had a lot at the start, I remember. And a few others who I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but watch back the VOD, look at the TAC views after. There were some impressive flying on both sides. Cookie says, it seems like it's going to be close points-wise. Yeah, I agree, Cookie. Like, I see 3 objectives hit for blue. They took the Bashar al-Assad runway. I counted the craters, that looked good. They got the 2 chemical whatever factories here, and they got the IAD's TV tower over here. So I think that's a total of 35 points. And then they didn't get the ones at Hama, so that should be 30 points for red. So that's plus 5 for blue. And then you're down to the kills. And I think blue just edged that. And I remember there was at least 1 team kill on the Tomcat side. Sorry, on the red side from the Tomcat that will give blue more points. But there were a lot of blue aircraft that died to SAMs. And certainly at the end, I think there were a lot of people kind of threw their lives away. So those points could come back and be costly. So we'll stick with this just for a few minutes more. You know, let us know in chat, folks, what your own experience of the event was. We're just going to chat here amongst ourselves for a little bit and see if we can get some nice visuals. So Byron Von Bull, thank you for the follow. Yink, thanks for the follow. Great flying, Yink. Early on, those opening sorties, you were absolutely on fire. Like, I was just watching kill after kill, and it was hilarious. Yeah, just seeing as it was coming along. I think the engagement between what was a few fish beds and the 2 Eagles of Alamo, just great fun to watch. The Mastrofall, thank you for the raid. Again, good flying. Absolutely owning it in the Mirage, yourself and Saviour. It was very impressive to watch, the pair of you working together. And just when you thought like one of you would die, the other one would come in, and I think it was yourself, Master, actually, that had got hit at one point, and I was sure you were down, and I come back to you and you're still flying later trying to get back in the fight. Cookie says, every non-objective ground kill counts for a point as well. Okay. So if the blue side killed SAMs, for example, they'd count as points. So, yeah, I think it will be close. Let's have a quick look at the ground score. Yeah, Saviour had 8 ground targets, Wizard had 2. Fraggle had 1, Electroball 1, Backbreaker 1. Yeah, got hit an RTB. No, it was good to see. It's nice to see the Mirage used like that. I think there's a great environment for it. There's a great clip, actually. I hope someone clipped it, of, I think it was you returning to base. And if I illustrate with this Hornet, you were flying this way, but your contrails were going off on your 2 o'clock. It was, yeah, quite UFO-ish. Very Mirage. Anything happening on the carriers? No. Anything happening at Akrotiri? No. I think we're just waiting for the Alamo guys to get in formation, because that's our only hope of a formation at the moment, I think. There were a couple of really nice moments in that fight from both sides. Like, the red side managed to get together walls of aircraft on more than one occasion and just stop blue in their tracks. And it was really impressive to kind of just see it and watch it and, you know, see how effective it was. Bye, Prez. Overshooting. Similarly, from the blue side, Wizard should get a shout out here as well. And I think Wizard snuck in and got the bombs on the runway at Bashar al-Assad, kind of while Red were busy engaged with everyone else. So if we have a quick look at that, we'll come back to the formation later. So effectively, we're trying to just have a quick look here at, I don't know what is going on with this camera. Okay, so we're trying to count craters. I think they needed 2 craters on Bashar al-Assad, and Wizard came in and did a number of those. There's 1 there, 2 there, that should be the objective. And I think there's another one here, 3, another one here, 4, possibly 1 there is 5. But yeah, the initial capture of the objective, if you like, I think credited in my book to Wizard sneaking in. And similarly, the objective 5 over here, this, nope, not that, there was an IADS there, Integrated Air Defense System Command and Control Center. I think it was ETF Backbreaker? Yeah, and the Hornet, who went in amazingly at 28,000 feet or so. So it wasn't even sneaking in, it's just everybody else was distracted. And managed to get the bombs off on target. Lockie says, I think only having a coastal border to attack through to Red's advantage. No opportunity for terrain masking when close. Yeah, agreed. Like we talked about this at the outset of the stream, that their neutral territory being Turkey, Lebanon and Israel was out of bounds. So if I show you this for a moment, you can see on the map there, anything in the red hatching being neutral territory meant you only had that narrow gap to attack Syria head-on. And what that looked like in-game was effectively this kind of a line here, so about 70 odd miles, maybe 80 miles, where all the units were, and they had to come in that funnel. And definitely made, I think, the defense easier for Red, because, as mentioned earlier, and as Cookie himself was saying in the original posts, this event was inspired by the Persian Gulf 92 event that the 64th put on X-Man in particular, back in June. And on that, there was a much wider front, and it was much harder to actually, focus the fight and keep things moving, etc. So I think having it all kind of bunched up like that probably helped a lot in this sort of environment. Yeah, Backbreaker sneaked in and seems he destroyed IFF capabilities of the enemies. That's what happened to GCI's Tricker. So you guys had 2, right? Watching Wizard making a final here at whatever this airfield is, RAF something. King something? Kingsfield? Very short runway actually. Backbreaker Kamikaze, says Mastro, yeah. That was pretty impressive too. Logan, I think he could have made it back, but don't know if he got full afterburner, was dry as fuck. Yeah, again, it's like the time it would take to RTB, you're probably better off just giving the point up and getting back in the fight. I think we saw that a few times where folks could potentially have, not return back and then spawn back with people. Those Eagles are. I mean, they were doing well. Come on, guys. I want to watch formations. And there was a Tomcat nearby. Here's the Tomcat trainer. He's up above there. Might be trying to form in. I think he is actually. Got the hook down. So there are the Eagles coming in. Just watching Luminary recover the boat. And there's the Eagles passing on the Tomcats 3. Dun-dun's peeled off. I swear there is some weird keybind going on. That W and S for the free camera are not moving forward and back anymore. And fuck knows why. Logan, yeah, maybe. I still think he had a livery to use on the coastal plains coming from back. Eh? Come on, Luminary. We're all watching you. Can't turn my camera. look like 4-wire. Welcome aboard. Alright, so I think we're just waiting on the Tomcat now. Yep, Dormouse is the last bird to recover. And this is the CVN 71 Theodore Roosevelt. In and done. Excellent flying, mate. Some really impressive kills and sorties, especially at the end there. A lot was happening, Dundon, but it was impressive as hell. Yeah, very nice. Oh, it's the one wire! Alright, and with that landing, Windows bleeps aside, I think that brings to a conclusion this evening's event. Let me just do a quick double take. That is, everybody who was in the air flying has landed. And as we have just been talking about, no result yet. Cookie has to do a review of the TAC view, etc., and then we'll get results. So keep an eye on the ED forum post, keep an eye on the ETF Discord, and we'll hopefully get an official result. But it felt close. My gut feeling is it edged towards blue. Now, that might be just about, it might be by a little bit more, but it was a hell of a fight, hell of a mission. And I hope you folks who flew had fun. Certainly it was a pleasure from my side to watch it, and I hope everybody who was watching the stream enjoyed watching it. So not much more to say. I'm going to send off a raid to Mr. Kebab, I think, in a moment. Pass the love around, as we say. And otherwise, I will be doing a tact match tomorrow, which I think, if I'm right in saying, is Outer Heaven versus the Motor City Pit Vipers. So 1900 Zulu. I think Mr. Bullet will be joining me for that, and it should be fun. So come along, check that out, and hope you all collectively had fun with this mission. Big shout out to Eclipse Task Force and to Cookie in particular for putting this on. A lot of work goes into these sort of things behind the scenes, and that's always worthy of recognition. So, big props. Alrighty. Lining up the raid, and we will chat to you all soon. Have yourselves a good rest of Saturday. Hopefully see you for the tact match tomorrow, and if not, we will see you around. Take care, folks.